Eka Purindarti. I'm from 11 Science School. I will explain you about global warming. Let's check this out.
Global warming. What exactly is it? It is a gradual increase in the overall temperature of the Earth's atmosphere, generally attributed to the greenhouse effect caused by increased level of carbon dioxide, CFC, and other pollutants due to human activity. The process of the greenhouse effect starts from the sun, which will emit its light in the form of ultraviolet radiation to the earth, which will be received by the earth and then reflected back in the form of infrared radiation. Sunlight will enter the earth as heat, then some of the light will be reflected into the sky by the surface of the earth. Other will be absorbed by the surface of the earth, which is rather dark in color, or by greenhouse gases, which are already contained in the atmosphere. These greenhouse gases act like a black object, where the light that comes will be reflected back as a heat. The more content or concentration of this gas, the more heat will be released. Therefore, the more heat is also the temperature on the earth. Therefore, the greenhouse effect has emerged, which has been an important problem on the earth. What will be covered? 1. The various impacts of global warming. Increase in average temperature, ocean acidification, migration of animals. 2. Future consequences of global warming. Here are some examples of the impact of global warming. 1. Forest fire. 2. Melting ice. 3. Extreme temperature. 4. Drought. Increase in average temperature. Due to negative human activity, the overall temperature of the Earth's atmosphere has risen to a considerable amount, which leads to undesirable outcomes such as 1. Accelerating sea level, and 2. Harm caused to humans. Accelerating sea level. As a result of the Earth getting warmer, ice is melting globally, especially at the Earth poles. These include the mountain glacier ice sheets covering West Antarctica, Greenland, and Arctic sea ice. When huge amount of ice melts, it turns into a huge amount of water and thus rising the sea level. Consequence 1. Low-lying islands are being submerged by overwhelming amount of seawater. 2. Many Arctic wildlife animals such as polar bears are losing their icy habitat, in which they are unable to survive without it. Harm causes to human. The rising temperature of Earth can cause serious repercussions to human beings. This is because the human body is not capable of coping with extreme temperature for a long period of time. Doing so might lead to death. For example, in a 2014 study, it is said that deaths from heat has increased about 2000% since the last decade. The global temperature has since increased about 0.8 Celsius degree. Ocean acidification is caused by the excessive absorption of carbon dioxide gas by the ocean, which is due to the rising level of carbon dioxide caused by global warming. Ocean acidification effect. When carbon dioxide dissolves in water, it will turn into carbonic acid. This will cause harm to some of the marine organisms due to the acids dissolving their cells. An example of a victim of the acidification of the ocean are coral reefs, This is because they make their cells out of calcium carbonate which dissolve in acid solution. Consequently, if the ocean becomes more acidic, it is expected that the number of some marine organisms, including coral reefs, will decrease in areas where they are most common. The acidity of ocean has since been increased about 25%. Migration of animals. The migration of animals due to global warming is where animals leave their habitat in search of an ideal environment where the temperature is comfortable. How fast a region change may be ineffective as global temperature rise. More animals are prompted to migrate towards the poles simply following the range of comfortable temperature. This method of avoiding the extreme temperature may not be effective. This is because the rate of climate change velocity is faster than most organisms can migrate. Consequently, even if animals did migrate to other environments, they may not be capable to compete in the new habitat due to their inexperience. Their inability to find food and shelter will lead to their extinction. Overview. Increase in average temperature, accelerating sea level harm caused to humans, ocean acidification, and the migration of animals are just part of the many impacts of global warming. If global warming continues, hurricanes and other storms are likely to become stronger. Less fresh water will be available. Flood and drought will become more common. We need to stop global warming from continuing. If not, living organisms shall soon be eradicated from all face of the earth.
For more details, let's watch this video.
Hello and welcome to Teen Topics, where we'll learn all you need to know about global warming. So, what is global warming? Global warming is the increase in the Earth's average surface temperature due to greenhouse gases that collect in the atmosphere. It is almost like a blanket which gets ever thicker, causing the Earth to get warmer and warmer and warmer. Greenhouse gases keep heat close to the Earth's surface, so us and our other animal friends can live happily ever after. Although, unfortunately, that is now not the case. Due to us, we are killing this planet slowly but surely, due to the overdose in fossil fuels and other gases, which sadly causes global warming. What are fossil fuels? Well, you know those cars you go to school and college in? Well, they release deadly chemicals into this world, so nearly everyone contributes to global warming. But not just cars, everything you use from pens, computers, buildings, they were all made whilst at the same time creating fossil fuels, because pens, for instance, were made in a factory that used fossil fuels to create them. Ever since 1700, humans have been using more and more things that contribute to global warming. Even worse is there is more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere today than any other point in the last 800,000 years. For those living in America, you may only be 5% of the world's population, but you produce 1/4 of the world's carbon dioxide and pollution. That is this much of the world. And because of how much pollution we have made, global warming has pushed world sea levels since 1870 by 8 inches, which may not sound by much, but it really, really is. In the US alone, we have increased temperatures by 2 degrees C and precipitation by 5% in the last 50 years. Global warming kills nature and you. Things like coral reefs cannot adapt quickly enough to the temperature change, therefore killing it and everything in its path. All this global warming causes risks to heat illness and death, more common to the diabetic, young or elderly. What we are doing is shrinking glaciers, preventing snow from falling, slowly but surely. and plants are flowering sooner than they should because of climate change and global warming. We need to change this before it's too late.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fitri.